Hello and welcome to Cafe DC from Washington DC area here at APNA's 39th convention here in Gaylord Convention Center near Washington DC, and this is our special program and part of our special coverage of the convention. People from all over the world actually have come to attend this convention. This is one of the largest diaspora, Pakistani diaspora meetings or gatherings anywhere in the world. Almost 9,000 people are expected to attend this year's convention here in DC. And today we have a special guest who is going to talk about first of his visit here. He has come from Dubai, especially for this event, and we'll first talk to him about this, and also his recent initiative, the CEO Club, who has established, which has been established here in America. So let's welcome Mr. Tariq Nizami first. Tariq Saab, once again, thank you very much. Welcome back to the show. And let's talk about your first visit here. You come to attend APNA convention. What do you see here? I mean, so many people around from around the world and so many other places in America.
Well, I think, this APNA organization, I think they're doing a great job, by putting all these Pakistani physicians and doctors together. And I think this is a good initiative to share and to meet each other. I think these initiatives should be done for different industries, for Pakistan business community or Pakistan different professions in US. I think that will give a great output that will come. But APNA, I think that's a good platform, and I think attendance here is very important, especially for the Pakistanis who are living here, and it's a good experience for them to share.
Very good. So let me just explain a little bit about APNA. Let me talk about APNA first. What does it stand for? It's the Association of Pakistani Physicians in North America. Actually, they have changed the name slightly, but the acronym remains the same. It's still called APNA. This is their 39th annual event, and primarily it's a professional organization. But taking advantage of this gathering, lots of other non-physician people, they also come from different states. They participate in the bazaar, they have their shops, their stalls, their booths, and on the sidelines of this convention, lots of other NGOs and organizations, they also hold their meetings and smaller conventions. So Tariq Saab, when you came here, basically what was your motive? I know you want to see people, and how this convention is going to help you, your initiative, the CEO Club.
Well, see, first of all, I say this APNA is a family event. That's a very good initiative that, all the family members get together. My personal visit for APNA was that to meet the professionals, meet the overseas Pakistanis who are successful. Since we are a business organization worldwide, based in Dubai, based in US, in 24 countries, so we always looking for some professionals who can be a part of us and take advantage of our business network. So I think my main purpose was to meet the professionals, meet the people, and see what they are looking for into the current environment.
So CEO Club, how is different from a regular Chamber of Commerce, let's say, or any other business organization? Why do you think you need to pursue this idea and establish so many chapters around the world? Why?
This is a private organization, first of all. Actually, if I say that every country we have a presence on, the Chamber of Commerce is the first one who love us, because we do their job privately. We don't have a no red tape. We connect the local business community to the local and to international. And when we talk about international, we talk about everywhere in the world. So that's why the Chamber of Commerce, we work very closely. We do help them a lot. They help us, we help them. So that's why we have to grow our network. And right now, currently, we have more than 16,000 CEOs in 24 countries.
16,000? Wow. That's
from all industries.
Okay. So where the bulk of these members come from?
See, mostly bulks are in China, also in US, and Middle East, in Asia part. We are getting very strong presence and very good support from the Middle East part, especially Dubai and UAE, where we see a lot of expansion. And because it's a multinational country and a city also, Dubai, so people like to get connected. And so we do connect them with the world.
Okay. So your initiative in this country, the US, why do you think it's necessary for you to basically establish a chapter here too?
We have some presence here, but what we do, we wanted to have a presence now in Washington, D.C. which is the capital of the, I would say, the world, where the action is, where the activities are. So we want to have a strong presence in Washington, D.C. And that's one of the reasons that we launched our initiative last week here in D.C.
So let's talk about your program. Last week you had your first CEO Club Awards, and it was a very impressive event. A lot of very important people came and attended that event. So what do you think of that award? Why do you think you still need to, among so many awards around the world, every organization giving some kind of an award to each and every one of,
Let me share that.
Yeah.
Our award called the Burj CEO Award. Burj is the Arabic word of tall and big. So we created our own brand, Burj CEO. And we're calling it, this is like an Oscar for CEOs. So Oscar for movies, this is Oscar for business community. The purpose of this thing is that having a Dubai brand launch in Washington, D.C. gives the impact that we are an international country, we are an international state, that recognizing not only the UAE business community to international business community. Our concept is that this award, that 50% awards we are giving to the UAE people, individuals and organizations who have achieved something in their own country, and 50%.
And then 50% will be from around the world, including the United States. So, I mean, of course, America has most of the Fortune 500 companies. So any idea how they're going to benefit from your initiative, and who you are trying to recruit basically as members, and what they get out of this?
See, what it is, that we want these US organizations, the major ones, the top 500 or 50 or 1,000, whoever the key companies are, they can connect with us. Then we make their process easy connecting into the MENA region, which is Middle East and North Africa region, and also the Asia. And what we have members is a business community. So we don't do any social, we connect them. Let me give you an example. Any organization here for IT or any industry who wants to grow or introduce their product or services into the Middle East or into the Asia, what we can do, we connect them very thoroughly directly to the source or to the decision maker. There are other organizations, there are other platforms, but we say that we connect them to the right people. And as you know, time have the value.
Let's talk about the organization itself. What kind of a structure do you have? You are the CEO and the founder. Then who else is in your organization?
I am the founder and CEO of the CEO Club. Then we have a executive board which runs the day-to-day operation and make the policy matters. We have a board of governors which includes 2 head of states of different countries. We have Royal Family of Dubai, Royal Family of Saudi Arabia, and all the different, we have 9 members there. And then we have the management and runs the show. So this is not an organization that run by one person or one individual or one organization. We run like a family. And so we make decisions, we change our policies according to the current environment, according to the current need. So that is very important that we have a multicultural board which can guide us to the future.
Mm-hmm. At your last event in DC, you had a very strong representation from the royal family of Dubai and the UAE. So what kind of patronage and support do you have from the government of UAE?
From UAE, we are the only private organization patroned by the royal family of Dubai. The Prime Minister family is our patron and chairman. And so we get full support domestically, and I think showing their presence into Washington, D.C., that shows more confidence on us. Just to share with you that in UAE, we get full support from all the Emirates, and just to share the numbers, if you like to know, that we have brought into UAE more than $500 million business through CEO Club platform into the country in different sectors.
So we'll take a short break here, and then we'll come back. We're going to talk about another aspect of your organization. So stay tuned, please.
Our focus is bringing in the foreign investment into Pakistan in all the sectors.
Welcome back. I'm Faiz Rahman. You're watching Cafe DC from the Gaylord Convention Center near Washington, D.C., from the 39th convention of the Association of Pakistani Physicians in North America. Our guest today is Mr. Tariq Nizami, who is the CEO, founder and the CEO of the CEO Club, International Club, and he has joined us, and actually he's come from Dubai to attend this event. Welcome back, sir. So we were talking about what your members actually get out of this organization. What's in it for them? Why can't they just be? I'm sure the fees are very high. You charge them very high fees. So why do they have to be part of this organization? What do you have to offer?
Let me give you an example for your question. Okay, let's say in this room, we have 100 people, but your industry, your target market is only 10% or 10 people. We as a CEO Club will find you those 10 people, so you don't have to waste your time to 90% of the people, because we identify, we pre-qualify for our members to do business. So that's why we have been successful.
So it's target marketing, target basically sourcing, and yeah.
Just think if the organization or individual joins our club, we have 16,000 from all industries. So, and let's say some people sitting in Africa, some people sitting in South America, people sitting in Asia. I mean, sitting in US, you may not get a chance to meet them, or you have to take a trip. But if you take a trip by preset meetings, pre-qualified clients, so that expedites the transaction process, and I think that expedites the closing of the transaction. So this is what we do, that we like people to join us because we can help them save the time and efforts and energy that they could spend directly also, and that's one of the reasons we are successful.
So are you trying to establish more contacts within the business community here in America, rather than just individual, different business organizations, chambers from around the country?
We work with all the business councils, all the chambers, any business organization that could be help to us, because it's not only that we need their help, they need our help. See, business councils, the important thing is business councils normally are different countries. Let's say UAE Business Council or Turkish Business Councils or Indian Business Council or Pakistani. They have only that community, but we have all the nationality in all the community. So if even a typical business council member like to do business with their non-nationality of their own country to business, so rather than going into the 20 different business councils, they just come one to us and we can give them solution in much better way, rather than they go after the 20 different business councils. That's one of the reasons we are successful. And just to share with you, even business councils are part of our network. They come to us, they're part of our network.
So they can also become members as organizations. So you have, okay. So individuals as well as groups can also be members. Let me touch upon a very different subject. Your organization is based in the UAE, and of course you represent a lot of businesses. There's a very, what you call a common complaint from around the world about the working conditions in UAE, in those businesses. Even though I know your mandate is not probably to look at those conditions, but do you think you can advise those companies and those individuals that having better conditions, working conditions for the laborers and for the staff will actually increase their profitability?
Okay. So let me share with you that concern, and I think there is a concern that, but it's not that bad as I sound like it, but there are conditions that they could have been better. And just to give you example, in last May of this year, the government of UAE have launched a business engagement initiative. What that is, that there's a communication between the private sector and the government sector on different areas. Let's say they have issue of the labor, labor camps or different issues. They use organizations like us to get the feedback from a private sector to the government sector, and they are currently, and I'm proud to say that the government of Dubai have, out of 90 working organizations, business council, women council, different organizations, local and international, working in UAE, they choose 4 organizations in Dubai who they want to work with in this private sector and government, and CEO Club is one of those being selected. So these concerns or any other concern on labor or wages or anything, they like to use using now government, the private sector, to give them more feedback. Not only this, let me share with you that CEO Club have launched a CEO Club Innovation Center. Mm-hmm. What that is, that we have signed the agreement with Dubai government that they want to use the innovation in every industry, for real estate, for education, for healthcare, and they are using our platform that we host regular events on innovation that where we invite the real estate people, we invite the innovation people, we invite the education sectors, and a very closed door to get the feedback that how we can incorporate into their own industry the innovation. So why I'm mentioning this, that same thing happens, that any input or changes that require from private sector, this is the platform they can get the feedback.
Very good. Last question. You're also trying to establish a chapter in Pakistan. How that effort is going?
We are, very strongly working on it. We have a plan to launch this year. And the purpose of this launch is that being a Pakistani and being an international business community and being, I call myself a global citizen, because I work with all the countries and everything. We are launching a very big chapter in Lahore. Then we'll be launching in Karachi and other places. Our focus is bringing in the foreign investment into Pakistan in all the sectors. Not only bringing the investment, play a bridge between the international business community and the Pakistan business community. I think Pakistan have a lot of initiative, a lot of good business people, but they may need a platform like us to make that in synergy, make that working environment, because we plan to host very major conferences. We plan to bring very major players, major brands through our platform, and total purpose is to, when these members from Pakistan will join us, then they become a part of international organizations. And we host not only domestic events, we host more than 5 major events internationally, which the Pakistan business community can definitely take a big advantage, not only for them, for the country in all the sectors.
Mr. Tariq Nizami, thank you very much for joining us today here at the Gaylord Convention Center near Washington.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
This was our program for Cafe DC. Thank you very much for watching. See you next week.